Nicky Hawkins outside Carrow Road, post-match reaction. Norwich 0, West Ham 4. Probably the easiest game we've had all season.
I'll be honest, mate, it's a perfect end to a shit week because obviously we got back from Germany last night, so it's been a long few days for us. But to come here and...
We've got some stories.
Do you know what? I'll be honest, today was a professional performance. And that's what I expected. When I see the lineup, you know, Norwich, I do worry about relegation teams because they always seem to, when teams get relegated, they seem to always pick up a few wins, don't they, before they go down. But today was professional, just knocked it about. You know, Norwich, no disrespect to them, that's why they're going down, because they ain't any good. They couldn't get near us, no, they couldn't get near us, and that's the difference. And what happened yesterday with United and Wolves, you know, there was a big statement here today. If we get a good win, we're in that top 6. And do you know what? We're going to fight United to the end for this. And to be fair, United are fucking dog. You know what I mean? No, let's be honest. They're shit. I watched them yesterday against Brighton. Brighton could have had 7 against them. They got Palace away last game of the season. You know, we've got 2 games. City next week. Even now, I think to myself, do you know what? City, they're going to be tough, but you know, we can get something there. But even if we don't, we can go to Brighton. And listen, I watched Brighton yesterday and they were tough. It's going to be 2 tough games now, but we can get something. The goal difference is going for us, so we just need to do it. And we just need that Europa League next season. But listen, we come here today, proud of the boys, putting a good performance.
Yeah, it was good. The thing is, we was in Germany, as I say. We got a few stories about it. There was no content from Germany, but there's a reason for that. We'll be telling that over the next few days, I think. Yeah, we was all out there. We had a fucking tough time, to be quite honest with you. Out there, it wasn't a very nice, pleasant experience at all. But I'm glad to be here. And we didn't get to show our appreciation to the players after a fantastic European competition. And that's what I'm saying. You see that. I think it comes with the territory, the meltdowns after going out of competitions.
It's the social media, mate. I'll be honest. When I see Creswell in the starting lineup tonight, I was proud because all these people, like. Listen, he's made a mistake. Yes, he made a mistake against Leon. But listen, he's served us for so long, and he's been a great defender. And for fans just to switch on him like that, and that is a social media. Like today, Creswell got the best reception, I've seen for a long time. No one was against him, and that's what it comes down to. You know, I'm not saying these fans that don't go ain't real fans, but listen, we'd appreciate these fans like these players because they've served so long for us. You know, he made one mistake. And hands up here, ain't made a fucking mistake in their life. We've all made mistakes. We've all regretted things we've done. You know, he's made a mistake. Yes, it's cost us maybe the European final, but who expected us to get to the semi-final? Listen, we'll go again next year. We're getting the conference or the Europa.
But this is the thing, isn't it, right? It's like, you know, we did have a leggy game the other night. That was a tough side, Frankfurt. We played most of it with 10 men. A lot of the boys out there today played the game. I think they all played the game, actually. I don't think there was many
Let's be honest, we've had 18 players all seasons that are really rotated. We had 10 men against Leon, and we've come out and we got 10 men against Frankfurt the other night. And they worked the bollocks off. We haven't got smashed. You know, we've gone out. You can hold your heads up. We've had so many great memories, you know. Going to Seville. You know, we lost 1-0. We come home and we beat them. 6 times champions. You know, listen, it's disappointing that we're not in the Europa League final, of course, but no one expected us to get this far. So enjoy it, because we haven't seen scenes like this. 46 years, we haven't seen scenes like this at West Ham. You know, I've had all the banter from the rival fans, but I take that because I give them banter as well. But I'll be honest, the real fans have messaged me and saying I hope you win. Enjoy it. Enjoy these moments because they don't come around long. And that's Tottenham fans, that's Chelsea fans as well, that's Arsenal fans. So they're the fans I listen to. You know, the social media people, I don't listen to them. You know, I don't listen to them.
I think one of our own said the other day that, you know, Cresswell's a disgrace. I'm sure that was just in the moment for him, but, you know, I don't agree with that. He doesn't represent all of our views. We've got our own personal views, you know what I mean? But for me, he's not a disgrace. I like Aaron Cresswell. I've liked Aaron Cresswell Is he a bit of a nutter sometimes? Yeah, but that's why we
Let's be honest, though, looking back at that moment, there weren't much he can do.
No,
he's took that decision to stop a goal going in, and listen. On hindsight, it's cost us. But if David Moyes would have switched, not took Lanzini off, as we said, switched for a back 3, it could have been a totally different outcome. But
the thing is,
that's why Moyes makes a decision.
The thing is about split decisions like that, right? You look at Luis Suarez, for instance, for Uruguay, right, a few seasons ago in the World Cup, one of the World Cups. yeah. You handball it, you get sent off, and they go through on penalties. Yeah? Say that would have happened on the night, it would have been held a hero. Oh, if Cresswell hadn't have pulled him back, he'd have gone through and scored, and that would have been game over. You know, so they are decisions like that. Sometimes they go your way, sometimes they don't. I think it's very hard.
Some geezer said to me in the pub earlier, he said, like, this has been one of the worst seasons ever. I said, mate, where was you in Avram Grant year then? Fucking hell, I remember like relying on Pickion to get us out of a fucking situation. But listen, these boys have done us so proud this season. We've got 2 massive games coming up now. We end it in Europa. For me, it has been a successful season because we've beyond our dreams. Like, they've took us like to the knockout stages of Europa League, to the semi-final. Like, this club in the semi-final, and it's been massive. But talking on today's game, mate, Ben Rama 2 goals, confidence here, doing well.
Antonio.
You know, Antonio getting that goal, Lanzini with a penalty. You know, these boys here, like Norwich, like I actually feel sorry for their fans, because if that was like me turning up today and I see my team like that, and I have seen that down the years, I'm not being funny, but.
Well, I was chatting to the fella next to me, and I said to him, like, you know, I do feel sorry for him, because we've been there. We've all been there. We've seen it. Avram Grant years is one of them. You know, you turn up, and like I said to him, like, it gets to the point where you're a season ticket holder, you've paid a whole season, you're determined to go because you don't want to sort of like be called a plastic or whatever. All right, robot, I'll be there in a minute. You don't want to get called plastic or whatever. But it becomes a chore. It does become a chore. I feel very, very sorry for them. I said they've got issues with the board level and all of that, the way they're yo-yoing and they're not investing in the club and all of that sort of thing, which I think is completely right. I think, you know, you saw a club like Chelsea the other day, sold for £4.5 billion, and they value this club at £20 million. And if they keep on going up and going down and collecting £120 million every time they do, well, they're the fans that are getting screwed over.
I was speaking to a Norwich fan walking down here, and like I said, it's like them and Fulham on the escalators, isn't it? One going down, one coming up, and they do it every season. And I said they're the parachute team, the skydivers. You know, they go down, get the payments, and come back up. But yeah, it's frustrating for their fans, because it is a good football club, but they're just like if you come up, you've got to invest. You've got to, or have that lucky season where you stay up and then invest. But I'm sure Norwich City will be back. You know, they're as I said, great football club.
Championship team.
Yeah, they're good. Listen, they've got a good manager in them as well, Dean Smith. Yeah. If they can keep hold of Pukey and players like that, they do well. I mean, we see like Sam Byram, ex-West Ham, at the back for them, Max Aaron's at right back. You know, they've got some decent players there. Listen, the Championship is tough, but listen, it's a massive result for us today. It's what we needed after a frustrating week, a disappointing week for our football club. And we go again. You know, we've got Man City next week, and then we go to Brighton. And yeah, it's all still to play for. You know, we finished 6th this season. If anyone had said to you in August last year, I said, look, we're going to finish 6th, Europa League and European semi-final, you'd have been fucking buzzing. You'd have been dancing. You know, that's what I mean. It's all about these. Yeah, I think we're still fucking hungover from Frankfurt. Like, I mean, it's a long few days, man. Look at the rings.
Before we go, we apologise for the lack of content. We was going to do a podcast and everything, but we had some equipment stolen. And there was nothing we could do. We couldn't do anything until we got home. So this is the first you've seen of us. It looked like we went to Germany and disappeared. It was a rough old trip. Apologies to the patrons for the podcast as well. As I said, we was going to do it live from Frankfurt, but that didn't come about. But we will be back this week with a podcast with all the stories.
Yeah, we've got loads of stories. That might be a double session, that podcast, mate. We've got loads of stories.
It might be a two-part of that one, mate, because that was a fucking horrible trip, to be quite honest with you. But we'll be back. Thank you very much for joining us for this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match reaction. Please subscribe if you're new around here. Consider joining the Patreon too. All the podcasts on now. Support the channel. And yeah, one thing left to say.
Happy birthday, Mark Noble.
Happy birthday, Mark Noble.
Come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons.